Brian Van.
I'm Max Van, and today we're going to talk about the gear that I crashed in last weekend at Barber or Sportbike track time.
So how old were you the first time we rode?
11 years old.
11 years old. And man, it took a little bit for me to convince Mom to allow this to happen, didn't it? Just a little bit. And one of the biggest concerns for sure is safety, right?
100%.
100%, because sooner or later, what's going to happen?
I'm going to fall down.
You're going to fall down. You did. I'll give you credit, my man. You made it 10 days before you wadded your up. I made it 2. You got me beat by a pretty wide spread, okay? By a pretty wide spread. So safety, whether you're an adult or you're a child, safety is paramount. With the riding, the instruction, I'm going to say this real quick at STT. This video is not about them, but let me just say this. From the owner down through all the staff, they preach the fundamentals, they work the fundamentals, and the focus is on safety first, speed comes after, right? And I really like that, especially when our kids out there riding around, you want them to be safe. It's for the riding gear. That's what we do here. You know that if you've been to our site, right? Good quality stuff I felt was really important for his first time out there because sooner or later it was going to happen. So we decided to invest in the gear that you see on the table for Max. Before we break down the gear, let's show him the crash, right? Why don't you go ahead and let us know, how did it happen? How'd you fall?
So I was coming up the hill, and there's a Ducati. I had the drive on him, and then he motored me down the straightaway, and then coming into 5, he started braking early because, he was going faster than me. So I decided to brake late, try to make the inside pass on him, and didn't really work out. Just went into the corner too hot, tried to make it clean on the inside.
How far were you leaned over?
Probably 60 degrees.
A long way. Whatever it was a long way. And you felt like you were going to do what?
Tried to tighten up my line, and then...
Instead of running wide, you should have just let the bike run wide a little bit, right? Because when you're at max lean, well, there's not extra lean, is there?
Nothing.
Well, you found out how much extra lean there is.
Yep. Well, I found out lean because my bar was dragging, and then...
Dang.
And then my bike was dragging.
Let's show that right now. Let's show that. Okay, so we got to see my little buddy rolling around there, his first crash. Should have never let you go in intermediate, but you know what? You brought it home at the end. You did a great job. I'm really proud of you. Let's break down the gear that we had him in. This is the Arrive Vector helmet. Racer gloves. Got an A-Stars back protector. This is a Tai Chi suit. This is an adult Tai Chi suit. They have those Japanese sizes, and Audrey helped us out from Tai Chi USA to get him into one that fit really well. Okay, so he's in a full-on adult suit, and then he's in the TCX RT Race boots. So go ahead and show him how everything held up.
So start off with the Vector 2. Helmet held up great. Tap my helmet on cement. Just a couple little scrapes right there.
Tiny little scrape. Now, I'll talk helmets real quick and helmet safety. I watched the video, so I saw what the impact of the helmet looked like, okay? This wasn't EPS compressing impact. This was literally just very light scuff. So he's going to use this again, but I was able to evaluate it through watching the video and then, of course, pulling the helmet apart and inspecting it. So the helmet's still good to go.
So, racer gloves. Held up pretty good. Protective, I guess.
There's the one mark right there on the palm slider. But the stitches are all good. Seams are all good. We'll use those again, too. You actually did use them again the last 2 sessions.
Yep. It's my suit.
Man, you scuffed up your suit. That's always a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah, just not.
Now you know how it feels.
I'm not gonna look as pretty anymore. It's gonna be tough, but I'll deal with it. Scuffs on the what's it called?
That's a race hump. And that held up great. Shoulder slider, right? We can probably clean some of that off with brake clean or something. You can see here the elbow and forearm. Seams are all intact. Everything looks great. And on the leg. So this is very minor stuff. The suit's still usable. He's going to ride in it the rest of the season. And he did ride in it the rest of the day at Barber post-crash. The boots, those also held up fantastic. I mean, basically almost 0 marks on the boots.
couple scuffs on my toe sliders from the crash. Down here, through here, on the back. Shout out to TCX, Tai Chi, Alpine Stars, Racer, and Uri for keeping me safe on the racetrack.
Okay, let's wrap this thing up now. There's actually a couple of things you did that impressed me. We'll talk about those real quick. Sportbike Track Time Riders Meeting. What do they tell you to do if you fall down?
Get off the track immediately. Put your thumb up, tell the corner worker you're doing okay.
And you did those things. We can see that in the video. You made sure you were off of the racing surface. You signaled the corner worker that you're okay, so that means you were actually paying attention during the riders meeting. Gave you a high five there. I also love the fact that you lost the front and not the rear. You're not out there just ham-fisted on the throttle, right? Smooth application. You're riding the front a little bit harder than the rear. You lost the front, had that crash. High sides hurt. Low sides?
Not a bad thing.
It wasn't that bad. It was worse for me having to fix the bike than it was for you falling down on the ground. Let's be realistic, okay? But I was happy to do it. And those parts off my brand new Vortex rear sets that I put on your bikes and you rode and I didn't ride, you know your daddy loves you when he takes his Vortex rear sets apart to fix yours that you damaged in the crash.
Brand new Vortex rear sets.
Brand new Vortex rear sets. But that's because I love you and you're a good kid. A lot of lessons learned, a lot of fun to be had, and hopefully you have a lot of time, many years in front of you riding on the track. And the key to that, it's just good safety gear, whether you're a kid or an adult.